Welcome back to the video on cybersecurity. So in this video, we are going to discuss on various types of a cyber attack. So what basically is a cyber attack? So cyber attack is a malicious and a deliberate attempt made by an unauthorized individual or organization. So the intention will be to breach, disrupt or damage computer systems, networks and devices. So it uses so to carry out this activity or to carry out this task, it uses malicious code or a logic. So this is basically done to steal some information and identity theft. So the classification of cyber attack is it falls under two categories. One is web-based attack and the other one is system-based attacks. So web-based attacks basically target on websites and web applications. So good examples for web-based attacks would be phishing attack, injection, session hijacking, malware and ransomware, denial of service attack, password and brute force attack, man in the middle attack, zero-day exploits. These are good examples. So what basically is injection attack? So this attack targets to inject some information or data into a web application with an intention to manipulate the application and to fetch the required information. So this is basically done by an unauthorized user. Next is session hijacking. So it is a security attack on a user session over a protected network. So web applications basically store states or the cookies for a particular session. So by stealing these cookies, it is easy for an attacker to access the data, whichever is available. So user data can be easily accessed. Phishing. This is a type of attack which attempts or which plans to steal sensitive user information like login credentials, credit card numbers, passwords, etc. just to use it in future by masquerading as a trustworthy entity and using the credentials stolen in the previous transaction or a previous exchange of information that can happen. So denial of service is actually uh, denying to offer a service that is made by an authentic person. So an authentic person places a request for a particular data or a particular service, but since there are too many unwanted flooding of requests made by unauthorized users, there is too much of traffic inside the network. So chances that the uh, actual or the authorized person is unable to use the available resource can happen in the network. This is purely because of flooding of too many requests to the target machine by unauthorized users. So this is called a denial of service attack. And coming to system-based attack, these attacks are basically intended to compromise a network or a resource. So this falls under the category of system-based attack. Examples would be malware, botnets, virus, etc. So what is a virus? So virus is a malicious software program that basically spreads through computer files without the knowledge of user. The user will be unaware of the spreading of a virus into a particular system, etc. So it has the capacity of self-replicating. So it replicates copies of itself so that other computer programs, when it gets executed, this keeps multiplying. And it can also execute instructions that can harm the system. The worm, it is similar to that of a malware. The primary function of a worm is to replicate itself, spread the infected file into an uninfected computer, and it can basically originate through email attachments. So when you receive a mail from a trustworthy person, so you may even find a worm attached to it. So your mails, we will find a person to be trustworthy, but chances are very high that it can originate as email attachments from a trustworthy person. Trojan horses is most common and famous attack. So here you have a malicious program or code that occurs unexpected changes to the computer settings than your regular activity. Even your computer, when it is idle, also this can function. So it will mislead the user of its true intent. It appears to be normal application, but when you execute or when you just open, the code will run and that will cause issues in the machine. So that is not visible to the authorized person. Coming to cyber threat, it is a malicious act that attempts to gain access to a computer without authorization or permission from the owner. So this damages or disrupts the computer system, network, and the information that is available inside. These are few examples of the attacks: cyber security attacks, phishing attack, man in the middle, distributed denial or denial of service, password attacks, phishing attack, brute force attack. So this is basically trial and error, trying with the key to find out what is the secret message available behind. So this can basically this is a kind of attack based on encrypted content, viruses, malware attack, spyware, and keyloggers. Keyloggers, these are basically softwares or codes installed in a machine. So whatever is keyed in, this keyloggers will be able to capture all the key bouncing activities taking place during a particular duration of the session. And that information can be used by an unauthorized user to access the accounts, whatever is fetched. Cross-site scripting and SQL injection or other kind of attacks process. So with this, I am wrapping up this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.